the soil I now surrender. You are breaking new ground. You are breaking new ground. So make me your vessel. Make me an offering. Make me whatever you want me to be. I came here with nothing but all you have given me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. 'Cause where there is new wine, there is new power, there is new freedom, and the kingdom is here. I lay down my old flames to carry your new fire today. 'Cause where there is new wine, there is new power, there is new freedom, and the kingdom is here. I lay down my old flames.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
My name is Mercy Wamara. I'm live here in Akwa Ibom State, precisely. Akwa Ibom State is the highest oil producing state in Nigeria. And here in Akwa Ibom State, we have a whole lot of road network. From here now to 5 minutes drive, now you will see the airport. In the last 10 years, this state was not like this. But Akwa Ibom State, Uyo presently is a state, it's a city where good things are going to happen. So I advise my investors, this is the right time to invest. Don't miss this opportunity. Uyo is a mind-blowing city.
10, 15, 20 years ago is gone. Today is another day for investment. My name is Focus, the BDE P1 Plus Real Estate Company, owners of all Cedarwood Luxury Estates here in the city of Uyo. This way to Promised Land. Follow me.
It's actually a very nice place. This Promised Land, they have really done a lot. Seriously, this is my first time I'm experiencing a site that is already well fenced, demarcated. Wow, this is amazing. I'm so blessed to come into this.
All right, it's a beautiful afternoon. Good afternoon to you. 5 minutes past the hour of 1 p.m. How are you doing? And trust you are having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to Real Estate in Nigeria, where we bring to you information, discussions as regards real estate. This is the platform where you get the very best of real estate conversation. My name is David, and this is Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio. On this show this afternoon, we want to talk about how to avoid being scammed when investing in property in Nigeria. Yes, also, we are also going to talk about 10 landed properties you should never buy in. 10 landed properties you should never buy in. If time also permits, we might also look into another amazing conversation, which is if you're looking to build your real estate network, what's the best way to start? The best way to start when it comes to building your real estate network. Do well to be part of the conversation. Like, comment, and share. Let everyone know that Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio is live on Facebook and on YouTube. Yes. Just do me the very favor. In the next, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. And what you're going to do at the count of 3, you're just going to take the link and share it on your WhatsApp status. Are you ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Yes, you can contribute to the conversation via the comment section and also via our WhatsApp platform. And as usual, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you are up to at this very moment. Let me know what you are doing. Are you in traffic in the Aja axis? You see the traffic these days. Usually it used to start from 7 a.m., but now as early as 5, 6 a.m., traffic has started building around the Aja axis from Brahma Desanya down to VGC. And, I know of somebody who spent 5 hours going to work, and that's journey is not supposed to take nothing more than an hour, 30 minutes. Is that not really amazing? Okay, yes, we begin the conversation. Yes, right here, right now. Like I said, the real estate in Nigeria is a platform where you get the latest conversation as regards real estate. Yes, you get the very best of discussion. You get the very best of conversation as regards real estate. It comes your way every Wednesday by 1 p.m. Okay. Beyond the conversation, we also hold exclusive interviews with players in the industry. All right. Today is a wonderful day, and we want to quickly talk about how to avoid being scammed when investing in property in Nigeria. If you're ready, I am ready. Yes, also do not forget to tell somebody beside you to pay attention. Tell your neighbor, pay attention, so that you'll not be scammed when you want to invest in property. As far as investing in Nigeria is concerned. Okay, owning a property in Nigeria is a good investment. That is what I want you to know. Irrespective of where you find yourself, irrespective of where you are, India, China, Ukraine, Ghana, Cameroon, Togo, outside Nigeria, owning even inside Nigeria. So yeah, owning a property in Nigeria is a good investment. Yes, I'll say it 3 good times. Owning a property in Nigeria is a good investment. Owning a property in Nigeria is a good investment. Owning a property in Nigeria is a good investment. So if you're not going to take anything out of the show today, this is something you should take back. All right? Owning a property in Nigeria is what? A good investment. I would love you to type that in the comment section. Come on, let's go. Owning a property in Nigeria is a good investment. Type it in the comment section. Send it to me on WhatsApp and add your name to it. All right, let's go. The thought of owning one can be quite satisfying, and to an extent could give you a sense of security. However, this reality could be shattered if you get scammed. If you're dreaming of owning a property in Nigeria, this conversation is for you. There are things you should know. There are things to know in order to avoid being scammed. You can avoid being scammed by keeping the following that I'm about to mention to you in mind. Keep it in mind, lock it, safeguard it. If you have your pen, if you have your I was about saying if you have your biro. So what then is the difference between pen and biro? So if you have your pen there with you, you have your writing material. Take down the following things I'm about to give to you, so that you can avoid being scammed when it comes to investing, when it comes to owning a property in Nigeria. Nigeria is such an exclusive, wonderful market. All right, yeah, it's a sweet market, like people will say. Yeah, the Nigerian market is a sweet market. All right, now in as much as the Nigerian market is a sweet market. There are so many people. There are so many people out there who are just sitting and watching and waiting to take advantage of your ignorance. So ignorance is not an excuse at the end of the day, and that is why platforms like this has been established for you to get informed in order not to be deformed. And in other words, it would also help you to take informed decisions. So do your research is the first thing I want to tell you this afternoon. Yes, when it comes to owning a property in Nigeria, do your research. Do your research. It is important that you do your research. The idea of owning a property is not in any way out of place. It is a great thing, and even greater if you've decided to make it a reality. In all you do, don't ever rush the process of acquiring your desired property. In all you do, don't ever rush the process of acquiring your desired property. Don't allow sentiment and excitement to cloud your judgment. Calm down and do thorough research to understand what you are getting into. Don't be quick to jump on any opportunity that comes or appears promising. All right, do your due diligence, because the scammer who is out to get you is not playing with you. So stop playing, because when you play, you will be played. All right, such a person means serious business. He or she will do everything to ensure that their offer looks good and irresistible, so that you can enter their trap. Research will help you verify that the other party is true. Working with someone you don't trust is going to turn out to be disastrous. All right. You want to do your due diligence and know what you can trust them before you do business with them. So do your research. You want to do your due diligence and know that you can trust them before you do business with them. After making so much research, after doing your research and proper due diligence, the second thing that you should have in mind is don't rush. Tell your neighbor, don't rush. Tell the person seated beside you, don't rush. Put it in the comment section. Number 2, don't rush. Yes, if you're watching on YouTube and on Facebook, if you're watching me right there on the big screen, take your phone right now and type it in the comment section and say, don't rush. Yes, that's number 2. Number 1 is what? Do your research. And number 2 is don't rush. Before ever dropping any money at all or striking a deal, do your due diligence. Like I've said, don't be quick to put money down or sign any document. Yes, don't be quick to put any money down or sign any document. Refuse to be rushed or pressured into owning a property. So many ways. So yeah, don't allow anybody to rush you, and don't rush yourself. You have 1 million naira now, probably you just hit one serious business, and you just saw a land of 1.5 million, and you have that exact 1.5 million, or you have 2 million, and you just want to call and say, hey, that land I saw for 1.5 million, I want to pay it. Give me your account number. Nah, somebody did that. No, calm down. Don't pay anything into the account number now. Get your proper findings. Get the full information that you need before you make payment. No be say you go come make payments finish, come they ask for a refund or come they para up and down. No, do your proper findings. Read your subscription form. Read it properly. If you can't read get someone to read for you. So do your due diligence. Don't be quick to put money down or sign any document. Yeah. Refuse to be rushed or pressured into owning a property. And you know, some of these agents can be very funny. They'll just tell you, oh, the place is beautiful, the place is nice, the place is heaven on earth, blah, blah, this. Trying to convince you, yes, they are doing their job, but take your time. Some of them can go as far as, you know, calling you, pressuring you, telling you, pay it now. Somebody just came to check the property. You know that kind of words. Now, don't mind them. Oh. Somebody just come, he just left here. Nah. You need to. There are many people that want to pay for that property, but I want you to be the one to go. So don't rush. I don't allow anybody to rush. You refuse to be rushed. All right. If they say it's too good to ignore, check it and be sure. Otherwise, let it go. There are legitimate deals all around you, and you will find them. Don't settle for less. Don't fall for their sweet and sugar-coated words when they try to convince you. Don't be in haste. Don't allow them to create a sense of urgency around you. In other words, take your time. Yes, just like what I said, agents and, you know, people can, you know, agents and, you know, some of these guys can be very funny. They can just rush you. They can put pressure on you, mount pressure on you, you know, create that sense of urgency around you. Yeah, this is hot cake. You need to take it now. 10 people just checked. 10 people just checked for this property. Nah. They are willing to pay for it, and I want you to be the one to pay for it. I see you as a good person. I want you to own it, you know. Yes, you know, make proper findings, ask questions. Someone said something some time ago and said, next time when you come to pay for an apartment, when you've checked the apartment, you know, when you've checked the apartment, come back and ask questions. Come back and ask the neighbors around. Come back to make one or two inquiries. Ask people around. Ask the people living in that environment concerning that particular property, so that they will be, they'll be in the right position to give you the details that, you know, is left out of the deal. All right. So number 3, seek assistance from a registered consultant. Also, do not hesitate to seek legal advice. Do not hesitate to seek legal advice. It will save you from the fraudulent property guys. Seek legal advice. Don't run through the process alone, and you can always engage the service of, legal. There are several platforms that you can. There are several platforms that you can engage. You can engage the P1 platform. You are always there to, you know, attend to you. All right. Other various reputable platforms on social media, on LinkedIn, that you can work with. You can also consult the services of Broslin Property World. You know, they are there to serve you, to give you the very best of advice. All right. A reputable real estate company in Lagos, Nigeria, like the P1 Group. Just seek assistance from a registered consultant. We have registered lawyers, barristers that would push you through. Okay. All right. So so they work with the best real estate developers. However, you can choose to engage any individual consultant. Just ensure he or she is registered. Seek assistance from a registered consultant. Put that in the comment section. I want to see you put that. Let me know that you're with me. All right. Number 4, ask questions before you sign or pay or make a commitment. Yes, ask questions before you sign or pay or make a commitment. Ask questions thoroughly. Don't hesitate to ask, regardless of how unreasonable it may sound to you. Because once you make a commitment, make payment, or sign the document, it invalidates any question you may have. It's a done deal. Never allow pressure or intimidation. Ask intelligent questions. I'm talking about investing. I'm talking about how to avoid being scammed when investing in property in Nigeria, in case you've just joined me. And this is also applicable to everyone out there who wants to, get an apartment for him or herself. All right. Before you make, some of these agents can just give you very funny houses. Before you make any payments, ask questions. And like I said, you can ask people who lives around that particular property. The price of the property is the next thing. Somebody writes in the comment section the price of the property, all right? In a case where it is land you'd like to buy, look out for the price of the land. No land is cheap. This you should know. Tell your neighbor land is never cheap. Tell somebody in the comment section land is never cheap. They can only be affordable but not cheap. So there's a difference between an affordable land and a cheap land, okay? A land of 1.5 million is affordable and not cheap. A land of 800,000 is affordable and not cheap. But the land of 100,000, yeah, so you should be when you hear of a ridiculously low price, don't be in awe and get excited. Instead, you should be suspicious and curious to know how and why. Land is never cheap. Yeah, they can be affordable but not cheap. Buying land in Nigeria is not cheap. Don't let anyone lie to you. How then do you determine how much a land is? By its location, all right? How do you determine how much a land is? The first is by its location. A land in Lekki cannot sell at the same price as a land in Ikorodu, unless it is someone who is trusted that is offering you at a cheap price. If not, run. Let's quickly talk about number 6. Engage the service of a real estate expert. A safe step to owning a property and avoiding scammers is engaging the service of a real estate professional. These ones see what you don't see and guide you with the truth and all the experience they have gathered over time in this field. An expert in this field is reliable and authentic. Seek their help, all right? So, yeah, engage the service of a real estate expert. This takes me to the next point, which is number 7. Never pay cash. I've said it on this platform before, and I'm saying it again. Never pay cash. Yes, if you are asked by the dealer to pay in cash, it's not advisable to agree to this. This is because it would be very difficult to track the transaction. What should you opt for instead? You should issue a check. Pay at the bank or pay at the branch of the office or establishment, and ensure you collect a receipt. All right. Be alert and conscious of the fact that you cannot afford to make transactions that cannot be traced. You cannot be so ignorant to that extent. And also you should be alert and conscious of the fact that you cannot afford to make transactions that cannot be traced. If the agent or the dealer doesn't agree to your own terms of not agreeing to payment with cash, back off. It could be a trap. And then number 8 here is go for inspection. Put it in the comment section. Yeah, go for inspection. Tell somebody to go. Always try make a time to go for inspection. If you are thinking about owning a property without going to see things for yourself, then you might just be putting yourself in a situation that might not end well. It is extremely important for you to inspect whatever property you're paying for. Don't leave that to chance. Don't leave that to chance. What does inspection do for you? I'm going to tell you, okay? It helps you assess how much value you are getting for your money. If it's impossible to go by yourself, send someone that you trust to go for the inspection. Don't be pressured by the scammer. You can avoid being defrauded by going over to see things yourself, to see things for yourself. It spells danger if the seller tries to talk you out of inspecting the land. All right, do not give in. That in itself is fishy. Insist on showing up for the inspection and keep an open mind while at it. Above all, be alert and avoid people that cut corners. Do your research, follow due process, and never compromise. Have you been scammed before? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love you to share your story. I'd love you to share your experience with you. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, securing the best property out of many options is kind of arduous, but then there are several platforms out there that can help you, give you a comprehensive guide to secure the property you desire. There are different companies out there, different organizations out there that would help you, provide you a comprehensive guide to secure the property of your dream, the property of your investment, and also invest in 100% verified properties in Nigeria. And do not also sleep and snooze. Yeah. Keep your eye, your nose, your ears open to Cedarwood Luxury online radio programs, especially programs like this on Wednesday afternoon and also Monday afternoon, where we bring you conversations on real estate. Let's quickly talk about 10 landed properties you should never buy in Nigeria. Number one, yeah, all right, 10 landed properties you should never buy in Nigeria. When I came across this conversation, I thought it wise to bring it to the show to talk about it. Yeah, people want to buy land, people want to buy properties. People really have the money and just want to invest it in something that is very profitable. All right, there are properties, there are landed properties that you should never buy in Nigeria. And there is a reason why you should not do that. Let's dive in quickly into that conversation. All right. Buying a house is not only a huge milestone, it is also an incredibly important investment. Unfortunately, some properties may be potential money pits. In this particular our conversation, we take a closer look at 10 landed properties that you should eliminate from your purchase list. This includes spots with environmental hazards, tricky legal issues, unreliable construction, just to name a few. Just follow me as I take you through the kind of properties that you should not buy. Number one, property with unapproved structure. Property with unapproved structure. An unapproved structure refers to any construction or improvement made on the land purchased by a prior owner, which was not given official approval from the town planning authorities. I'm going to take it slowly so that you can understand very well. An unapproved structure refers to any construction or improvement made on the land purchased by a prior owner, which was not given official approval from the town planning authorities. These unauthorized alterations can result in expensive fines and even court case for buyers. In several cases, demolition orders may also be issued, or restrictive covenants applied, which force you to, fork out hefty fees to make the structure comply with regulations. Therefore, when surveying prospective properties, never fail to inquire about any past additions that were not cleared by public officials, as they pose ongoing risks and potential headaches in the future. So yeah, any unapproved approved structure, especially those of you that would, love to buy a building, and I mean, a landed property that has a building on it. Yeah, you need to be very sure that the building on that land is an approved building. The structure is an approved structure. If there has been any form of renovations and all that, you should be very, very sure that what you are buying, the property you're buying, is approved. The structure that you are buying is approved, so that you don't put yourself into financial pit and then have unnecessary challenges and potential headaches in the future. So do well to ensure that the structure that you are putting your money into is approved. You are getting an approved structure, so that at the end of the day, you don't get demolition orders issued by restrictive covenants applied, which can force you into hefty fees and all that. So ensure that the property that you want to buy, you want to invest in, is properly approved. All right, properly approved from the town planning authorities. All right. Oh yeah. Number 2, property that is depreciating in value is another property that you should not buy. One of the key things to watch out for when buying a landed property is the value trend of the property. Yes, signs of possible devaluation include an infrastructural deficit in the form of inadequate transportation links and public amenities, as well as uncertain political climate or weak economic landscape, which could lead to decreased property values over time. Furthermore, if a neighborhood starts showing signs of aged buildings and poor street maintenance, you may have stumbled upon an area that might be worth avoiding. In such cases, deciding on whether the property is a worthy investment or not usually boils down to whether you can get a good price now and turn around fast enough before the value depreciates further. Property that is depreciating in value is not a property that you should get. All right. If a neighborhood starts showing signs of aging buildings and poor street maintenance, you may have stumbled upon an area that might be worth avoiding. Yeah, there are environments that this environment is ancient of days, not the kind of environment that people these days would want to go into or live in. You might end up getting a property that would not appreciate. Yeah, so you go in for properties in locations that would appreciate over time. Yeah. Number 3, property prone to environmental hazard is another type of property that you should not buy. Property prone to environmental hazard. All right. Properties located in flood zones, near garbage dumps and industrial areas, or built on unstable landfills or soil are dangerous kinds of landed properties you should never purchase. There are high-risk locations as they can lead to extensive damage from natural disasters like flooding that can cause massive destruction to the property. Additionally, buying property that is already affected by environmental hazards, contaminated by industrial pollution, may incur high repair costs after the initial purchase. Ultimately, for the sake of preserving your financial health and potentially hazardous types of property. Now, this reminds me of the demolition that happened by the state government on some properties, some estates in Lagos State, and some of these properties were close to drainage system, canals, and all that. So you don't want to get a property that is prone to environmental hazards, all right? So that you don't build one day. Probably you build somewhere in Lekki and you find your house after flood has, you just find your house somewhere in Ekpe. You just be looking for your house. Everybody, don't mind me, I'm just being. Number 4, property that requires significant renovations. Yes, this is something that is very important that you should take note. All right, property that requires significant renovations is the kind of property that you should not even think of buying. You should, by all means, avoid properties that require mind the hidden costs involved with this project and should assess whether the work could turn out to be a huge infield. So you wouldn't want to get a property that requires significant renovations, so that you don't end up unnecessarily spending so much than you could imagine, and a whole lot of time wasting. So do your proper findings and due diligence before getting a property. Yeah, property that requires significant renovations and is the kind of property you should avoid not to buy. Yeah, number 5, property with omonile trouble. Aha. Hope you're taking notes of these things. Properties, property with omonile troubles is the kind of property is concerned. Rono, all right. So being entangled in a land dispute with Omolile or Yoruba land grabbers can put tremendous strain on any property deal, with the potential for long and winding legal battles and inflated costs due to unlawful occupancy. This type of landed property is a major financial risk. I shared on this platform how somebody said his father bought a land 3 times, 3 powerful good times. He paid for the land before, so passionate about getting that land, so he had to pay for that land 3 good times. So you wouldn't want to put yourself in that kind of situation, yeah? When going through the steps to acquire property, special attention should be paid to units that are exposed to this kind of trouble. It is key to do extensive research and even consult an experienced local lawyer if needed. Spending time and money upfront is essential for any successful and smooth purchase process. Therefore, it is safe to say that buying property with some money-led troubles should be avoided at all costs, as the difficulty often outweighs the potential benefits. Yes, let's move to number 6. Yes, number 6 says poorly constructed property is another property that you should not buy. Poorly constructed property is a type of landed property that buyers should be aware of before making a commitment. Such properties may have defects from the beginning, from incorrect grading to inadequate insulation and ventilation, and can end up costing the owner more in long-term repairs. A property deemed poorly constructed requires an even further inspection to determine whether repair costs might exceed the actual value of the investment or not. Given this, you should also check for signs of improper construction with your own eyes before committing to any purchase, no matter how good it might appear on paper, in order to avoid any costly surprises later on down the road. Yeah. So let's move quickly to number 7, another kind of property that you should not think of getting. Property without complete paperwork is another type of property that you don't want to get, right? Buying property without the necessary documentation can be an incredibly risky decision. Yeah. Not only could you be purchasing a property with underlying mortgage or lines, but the deed or title could be faulty or incomplete. Without proper documentation, homeowners could find themselves dealing with very costly legal issues that have nothing to do with what they intended to purchase in the first place. So therefore, it is important for prospective buyers to make sure that any real estate property transaction is backed up by all of the necessary property papers. Anything less should be avoided altogether in order to protect yourself from potential problems down the road. Yes. Another property that you should not even think of buying is property owned by disreputable individuals or businesses. Yeah, disreputable individuals or businesses. Certain business owners and real estate developers in Nigeria have acquired a questionable reputation due to nefarious activity. Buying property from such establishments or persons can be a bad decision, not just from the moral perspective, but also regarding value for money. Not only could your investment be lost, but any receipts you get may not even hold in court should you find yourself in any legal disputes with them. To avoid such problems, diligent research is key before making any land transaction. If the origin of the property and the title become sketchy or suspicious, it's best to stay away, no matter how good a bargain might appear to be. And this takes me to the next type of property that you should run away from. Significantly overpriced or underpriced property. Significantly overpriced or underpriced property is another kind of property that you should not even think of getting or buying. Yeah. If a property is priced too high, it could be a hint that the seller is trying to take advantage of your lack of knowledge of the property's value. Conversely, an offer that is too low could be a sign of fraud. So it's a two-way thing, yeah? It's important to be aware of the potential pitfalls associated with any property that is either overpriced or underpriced in order to make the best decision possible when it comes to purchasing a house in Nigeria. To mitigate these risks and ensure you don't buy into a far lower quality than expected, carry out extensive research and trust only reputable source when making such important investment decisions. Yeah, this very hour, government acquired property is a kind of property that you should not think of buying. Landed property is landed property that is under government acquisition, also known as expro. Yeah, apologies for that. All right, so landed property that is under government acquisition, also known as expropriated properties, can be a buying nightmare for investors. These properties are seized by the government due to arrears in payment or tax or non-payment of related bills or for any other civil purpose. Once the land is acquired, the former owner no longer retains any right over the property and often his little legal resource. As an investor, you have to be especially conscious when it comes to buying such lands, as these do not come with title deed, making ownership difficult to prove beyond doubt. Moreover, these lands are usually restricted from redevelopment or any kind of improvement, leaving their future uncertain and resale value minimal. Therefore, for your own peace of mind, expropriated property should be avoided at all costs. It should be avoided at all costs. Yeah, securing the best property out of many options is kind of audacious, but then Real Estates in Nigeria program right here on Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio would keep you abreast, keep you informed. We also have Real Estate Market Trend. So these two programs especially organized for your information. And you have absolutely no excuse. There are informations everywhere. I hope with this I hope with this I've been able to inform you this beautiful Wednesday afternoon as I draw the curtain that when it comes to buying landed property, you should avoid property with unapproved structure, avoid property that is depreciating in value, avoid property prone to environmental hazard, avoid property that requires significant renovations, avoid property with unmoney trouble, avoid poorly constructed property, property without complete paperwork, property owned by disreputable individuals or businesses significantly overpriced on the price property, government acquired property. And also, I hope I've also been able to inform you this afternoon that when it comes to trying to avoid, when it comes to being scammed, if you don't want to be scammed when it comes to investing in property, you should do your research. Do not rush. Seek assistance from registered consultants. Ask questions before you sign or pay any commitment. Check out the price of the property. Engage the service of real estate experts. Never pay cash. Go for inspection as well. And also do not forget to join us every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. for conversations that will keep you informed in order for you to make informed decisions as regards real estate. My name is David, and this is my time. See you again by 4 p.m.
This is Cedarwood.
My honey, can't believe you're finally home to buy our dream apartment.
Yes, my love. You know, the Cedarwood luxury apartment and terraces have always been the dream.
Yes, I'm so happy. Wow, this view, I love it so much.
This space, so perfect.
How?
In a restless world like this is, love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight
This kitchen is a chemistry.
seem to cool in the warmth of the sun. When I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'll never give my heart.
Leave the Cedarwood dream. Subscribe today.
Feel that you feel that way too.